Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to talk about the state of Illinois divorce and family law in 2020, as well as recent changes to Illinois divorce and family law. So there aren't any major changes that have actually been passed that are going into effect in 2020. So we'll talk about the most recent changes in most of the different areas of family law, but we'll talk about one bill that has been proposed but hasn't been passed as of the date of this recording, and that will create the rebuttable presumption that equal parenting time is in the best interests of the child. So courts decide parenting time and responsibility based on the best interests of the child, and this will create a presumption that equal parenting time is in the child's best interest that has to be overcome affirmatively by evidence. Not sure if that's going to pass, but that is a bill that has been proposed. Let's talk about spousal maintenance, child support, and child custody, and the most recent changes to each. In 2016, we're going chronologically here, Illinois changed child custody law, and a big change was that we no longer use the terms child custody or visitation. Instead, we talk in terms of allocation of parenting time and responsibility. The idea was to eliminate winners and losers rather than someone getting custody and the other parent getting stuck with just visitation. It's a sliding scale of parenting time that can be equal or can slide over to one parent or the other based on the best interest of the child. There are also 4 categories of parental responsibility that can be jointly allocated to both parents together or all to one or split between the parents. These include medical decisions, education decisions, religious decisions, and extracurricular activity decisions. The other change that occurred in 2016 with child custody law dealt with child relocation. So prior to 2016, you could usually move around in state with the child, but if you wanted to move them out of state, you needed to get a court order. Now, if you want to move with the child, it's more about mileage. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, you can move up to 25 miles, even if it's across state lines with the child, without going into court to get permission to do so. Once you get past that 25-mile mark, you need court permission. If you're outside of Chicagoland in Illinois, you need a court order if you want to move more than 50 miles away from where you're currently residing. So that's child custody. Let's talk about child support. Child support changed in 2017, and that prior to 2017, there was a certain percentage that the payer would pay based on the payer's income, a percentage of their income they'd pay in child support, and the recipient's income wasn't taken into account. Now, based on the income shares model that Illinois adopted in 2017, Illinois uses economic tables to determine the total amount of child support that the couple will be responsible for, and then they divide that total pool that is going to go for the care of the child between the parents based on their incomes relative to one another. So the big change is that you're taking into account the recipient's income. So the more the recipient makes relative to the payer, the less the recipient is going to receive in child support. Another change is that in shared parenting situations, which is defined as each party having at least 146 overnights per year, the total amount of child support that the couple is responsible for increases by a factor of 50%. But the amount of time each parent spends with the child is taken into account. So the more time the payor has in charge of the child, the less he or she will likely pay in child support. But you have to factor in that the total pool of child support is increased in shared parenting situations. The big change for spousal maintenance law occurred in 2019. And this was basically a shifting of the tax burden of spousal maintenance. So prior to 2019, spousal maintenance was tax deductible to the payor. Now it is no longer tax deductible to the payor, but it counts as taxable income to the recipient. The upshot of this is that you're probably going to get less smaller spousal maintenance awards because tax considerations are taken into consideration when determining the amount of spousal maintenance. And when spousal maintenance was tax deductible to the payor, who tended to be in the higher income bracket, it often made sense for both sides to have a higher amount of spousal maintenance. But the government was getting less money because it was taxed at the recipient's tax bracket. Now the government is getting more money, but the spousal maintenance awards may be lower when they're based on agreement because of those tax implications. The calculation of spousal maintenance also changed. It's now 1/3 of the payor's income minus 25% of the recipient's income, with a cap at 40% of combined income. So that's the big change to the way spousal maintenance is calculated in the amount of spousal maintenance. There's also a change to the duration of spousal maintenance. Duration of spousal maintenance before 2019 and after 2019 is calculated according to a table. And the longer you're married, the closer to the full length of your marriage or an indefinite time period you're going to get in the duration of spousal maintenance. So basically every 5 years prior to 2019, the percentage of time of your marriage that you will be paying spousal maintenance jumped up every 5 years. Now that jumps up incrementally every year. It's kind of complicated, hard to explain without showing you the table. But the upshot of that is that for some people that fall within what used to be those 5-year chunks and are now in the incremental single-year increments, some people may be paying spousal maintenance for a slightly shorter duration. It's not a big change. It's just rather than 5-year cliffs where after a certain 5-year length of the marriage, your spousal maintenance duration is going to go up in 5-year increments. Now it just goes up in 1-year marriage duration increments, which leads to sometimes shorter spousal maintenance awards. So those are the major changes that have happened recently in Illinois family law. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below this post at learn-about-law.com or below the video on our YouTube station. If you need some help, please feel free to give us a call at 630-324-6666. That's 630-324-6666. We offer free consultations in many areas of law, and we have several geographic locations for your convenience. If you found this helpful, we'd love it if you subscribe to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts or watch your videos. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.